Today's winner to get up on that wall of fame, guys, is John12. He's going to make it up. I've decided to bring in some of the elite pink sticky notes, guys. If you are new to the channel, guys, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. Over 90% of you who watch are not subscribed, so press that subscribe button now, guys. And let's see if we can get 50 likes on this video, guys. Let's get right into it. Guys, hello and welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video, guys, the next requested thing was that I do my top 5 support characters. So before I get into that, guys, where it's quite early, I've been able to get in and do ×2 on all of this again. And it's so important when you get the... I mean, they've done the double trials quite a lot, but it is pretty important because look at the stuff I'm getting here. That's ridiculous. Annoyingly, you don't get any red bits yet. And most of these I've all got millions of. You'll see that. Just look at look how ridiculous that is. Because I did, they had a ×3 event and I used all my resets on that. So I'll probably just wait for that again. So I don't need to rush that at all now. I've got like 4,000 of each of the badges. Don't really need that. Pretty awful as well. That's not actually the worst I've ever seen. 100, loads of stamina. It's pretty good actually. How are they going to put that one there and that one there in the same thing? It honestly doesn't make any sense. Right, so let's get into the support characters, guys. So, I've done tank, I've done damage, now support. So, obviously guys, once again, I want you to comment down below your top 5. So I'm going to be doing a video of kind of all of your opinions on all of them. So, who do I start off with? Now, it's actually going to be difficult for me to mark these in kind of a descending order, because there's a lot of support characters I haven't properly ever gone into. This is the one character role where, over all of them, it's kind of the one that I don't use many characters of. There are quite a few I want to kind of just ping off and mention before I get into my top 5. So I do need to mention Kristoff and Sven. Now I haven't really used them, but they are one of the best support characters. So they get an honourable mention just because of how good they're. So good at freezing. Increase the duration of all freezes and slows by 35%. So if you are going to have a freeze team, Kristoff is ideal. And the fact he gets his reindeer out, he's such a good character. I just want to give him an honourable mention to start off with, because I haven't really used him, but he does need to be mentioned. So I want to kind of get into my top 5. So if I'm going to start on 5, it would have to be Timon and Pumbaa would be number 5 for me. And it's because of which one is it? That one. Once per wave, the start of battle, they fly in, increase armor, and they heal the team for 10 seconds. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, heal. Now I haven't maxed this move out yet, but if it was maxed, it would be doing, I think you can get it to about 10,000. So you're basically going to heal 100,000 health. Now obviously, this is very good for like arena mode, because the first 10 seconds are going to have increased armor and they're going to keep healing. So it kind of gives you 10 seconds in just like in void where you can basically stay alive. It's very difficult for your team to die within the first 10 seconds when this move is being used. But the thing I don't like any of his other moves. That's pretty naff. I mean, that one isn't bad. But bug run, and that's awful. That's why he goes into 5, because alone, this is kind of one of the best moves, one of the coolest support things in the game, and honestly, it can shift the tide of battle so easily when you drop this on to start off with. Okay, and then number 4. So it is going to be between my top 4 here. So if I was to do number 4, I'd drop in and do Animal. Because when I see support characters, that to me means healing. So I click on Animal, and we take a look at Animal. Now, the reason I say Animal in 4, because I say to you guys that you should use Goofy instead of Animal, because Goofy does the same thing and is a bit better, but Animal is, I had to mention Animal because he's used by a lot of people. Now, the best thing about Animal is, so every 5 seconds, Animal attack and movement speed is increased by 10%. All allies and Animal gain max HP, so that's every 5 seconds he's healing. So if a battle goes on for a while, by the time you get to the end of battle, he's absolutely shooting out the music notes and just doing endless amounts of damage, like ridiculous amounts of damage. We've got Tempo Tantrum. Animal devours his symbol, which cleanses himself of all debuffs, and he heals. So he's going to be healing and healing. Blast beats. Animal, so this is really good. Now, if you watch my Nerf Animal video, which is on my channel, guys, you'll see that when he smashes that, it can clean out the entire team, like with ease. And obviously his main special, which speeds everybody up, and the basic attack as well. So that's why I have to give Animal an honourable mention, because he's very good at healing and speeding up. But I prefer Goofy over Animal, but I did want to get Animal mentioned because I do really like him. Now we'll go with Meg. There's only one reason I picked Meg. That's because of the link. She's one of the most unique characters in the game with her link. So if you use Meg with a weak character like Bo Peep, it keeps Bo Peep alive, and then she can just spin in and kill everybody, and everybody stays alive. So Meg diverts 25% of all damage taken by linked allies to herself, and the linked ally basically cannot die. And obviously then when you're in game, when you're using her special, she charms the 3 closest enemies for 5 seconds, which is pretty ridiculous because that's 50% of the team charmed. So it just gives you a 5-second boost. And the rest of her stuff, the rest of it isn't really that great. But it's all about her main move. And here, Meg grants her linked ally 50% of her basic damage and skill power. So I do need to level up a bit more. But I kind of stopped using Meg, but she's a very good character. And then number 2 for me is Miguel. I've always enjoyed using Miguel. You can see that I've got a basic damage build on him here with the mods, because his special here, so his normal attack, instead of doing basic attacks, Miguel puts healing to basic attacks, so that would be basic damage. Miguel puts healing notes above allies. Each note heals them for X amount of health every seconds, and Miguel cannot be charmed, which means he's always going to be healing your team. And when you activate, so this is which is very nice to control, that when he strums, sometimes bad notes fly and land above the enemy, and you can time the strum and it stuns everyone. The rest of his skills aren't awful. Miguel puts a sharp note above a random ally, granting more skill power. Flat note, so that's what I said about the stun. Miguel gains skill power per note on the screen. So, and then obviously, I reckon a red skill from Miguel could be really cool. I'd love to see a Miguel costume when he's in there, when he's got all his face paints on and everything. So, Miguel is good, and I will continue to work on Miguel. At the moment, I'm a little bit stuck. Now, Mickey, he has to get such an honourable mention, guys, Mickey Mouse. Because with his actual skill power heals, Mickey Mouse applies tune-up to all allies for 10 seconds, giving them a 50% increase to all damage. So that's just his main special. 50% increase to all damage. Phenomenal. And then we've got Mickey Duck's the ally with the least energy, granting more energy. So I think that's a random. It's random. Mickey casts a spell on the ally with the least HP, healing them 500,000 health. With Tuned Up, so when people have used Tuned Up, they regain 30% of their max HP over duration of Tuned Up. Now, this is one of the main reasons I'm using Mickey Mouse, and tomorrow, guys, I will jump into a city watch to see if I can get some more shards. Tuned Up also increases Mickey and his allies' energy, gained by 50%. Ridiculous. Apprentice's sorcery also heals allies nearby. So that's basically going to more or less probably heal about 3 to 4 people on your team. The energy gained on Tuned Up is increased, so every single one of his skills are increased here. Then we get an additional stat boost as well, so even more health, even more armor, even more skill power. That skill power is going to mean even more health. So the reason I put Mickey Mouse number 1 is because if you can unlock his red skill, he becomes one of the best healers in the game. Now guys, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down your top 5 support characters. And tomorrow guys, I'm going to get into the last role and I'm going to go over control. Now of course guys, I didn't mention Gizmo Duck and Lashang, but I've not used them, so it wouldn't make sense for me to mention them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Destroy that like and subscribe button guys. Consider joining my channel. I'll see you all in the next one.